I'm Matt Nichols of MrMaple.com. Thanks for clicking on a Mr. Maple Show video. We greatly appreciate it. We're here in one of our display gardens to talk to you today about Acer Palmatum Peve Starfish.
Hi, I'm Tim Nichols at MrMaple.com. Thanks for watching our video. Today's video on Peve Starfish is going to be one that I really think that you'll enjoy. Please take a moment, like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and sign up for our weekly emails on MrMaple.com. We had 10 new fun, exciting trees every single Tuesday at 10 a.m. That's definitely something you'll want to check out. Please take a minute to comment on this video. That helps get in the algorithm so more people see our videos. We really appreciate that, and enjoy this video.
Acer Palmatum Peve Starfish goes through some great color changes. We're actually here in early March here in western North Carolina. MrMaple.com is located here just very close to Hendersonville. So we're here in East Flat Rock, North Carolina at Maplewood Gardens to talk to you about one of the oldest Peve starfish in the United States. This tree is a little over 10 years old. And as you can see for April, this tree has a very, very dark maroon color. So it's gonna be a very dark color when it first leaves out, which looks awesome on those little starfish-shaped leaves. This tree will keep a red very well throughout the spring and summer. In late summer and full sun especially, this tree is going to get a little bit more green with then dark red new growth over top of that, which actually looks kind of cool too because you'll see the individual little leaves almost look like maroon starfishes over the green plant. In the fall, this tree gets to an exquisite deep scarlet red too, so it's a really bright fall color and just a great tree to enjoy in your garden.
Here we are at Maplewood Gardens to show you the full form of Peve starfish. This is really unique because you can actually see what this tree develops into. This tree makes an excellent container plant, but it also in the ground makes a nice upright tree about 6 to 8 feet in 10 years. This is one of the older Peve starfish in the country. I really just love that cupped starfish foliage that really makes this tree look very unique and different. What that does is it adds a unique texture that brings out something very different in the landscape. Very different from a blood goat or an emperor one or a fire glow, because of that cupped foliage really just gives a really unique texture that really makes this tree stand out and makes everyone say, what in the world is that tree in your garden?
Now there are a lot of great uses for Acer Palmatum Peve starfish. My favorite use is to get kids into gardening. This is an easy tree to get kids into gardening. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and if I tell my kid the starfish is in leaf, they're gonna go out there and check this out. There's something about plants with critter names that always get kids interested. So one of the best uses for this tree is to get your grandkids or your children maybe out in the garden and checking out one of your plants. Peve starfish fits anywhere that you would have a larger upright red like a blood good or a fire glow or an emperor one, but in a much smaller palette. So this is gonna be a smaller overall tree than those and just give you that same color, but a really different texture in the garden. This makes a great tree to pair with greens. You can see this Verdus behind us here. It brings out those colors excellently because that spring green especially against that deep maroon really shows off this tree. It's a tree that's gonna go in really any setting though. This is not an overall tree that's gonna be very big long term. So you can put this in a smaller space, great for containers or patio gardens, but it makes an awesome tree just to put out as a focal point planting as well because it's gonna be a talking point in the garden with those starfish-shaped foliage. It's gonna be a talking point. It's gonna be something to catch the eye and people are gonna say, I haven't seen a Japanese maple like that before. It's pretty cool.
One of our friends, Talon Buchholz, was over in Holland visiting Piet Vergelt, and he said, that tree right there, it looks like a starfish. Little did he know at the time that Piet Vergelt, which Peve stands for, Peve Piet Vergelt, actually named this tree starfish or Peve starfish. And that's where it gets its name of Peve starfish. Such a fun tree that I'm sure you'll really enjoy in your landscape. A few years ago, Piet Vergelt's son, Tyne, actually came and visited the nursery and really enjoyed going around visiting to see all of Piet Vergelt's introductions like Peve starfish, Peve Stanley, and Peve minaret in the landscape and in the gardens.
So here we have an up-close look at Acer Palmatum Peve Starfish. You can see why this tree is aptly named with each leaf having that starfish-like shape.
Yeah, I really like it. It's one of those things that's just so unique and different. There's not much else like it that has that nice cupped foliage. It cups so heavily.
Yeah, this one, I have never seen it revert. One of our most commonly asked questions is late summer new growth will have a flatter appearance to it. And people say, I think my Peve starfish reverted. And often juvenile new growth will be a little bit flatter than this. You heard me say earlier in the video, but we're here in April in North Carolina. So these are just leafing out here. These are our 1 gallon sizes. So some really good size 1 gallons actually right now too. But the earliest spring foliage will always look a little bit more curled. The late summer flushes are a little flatter, but you won't need to trim them off or anything like that. They'll come back and have this great cupped appearance as well. Love how each shape just has that little defined starfish to it. It's such a cool habit to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to beat. Like Matt said earlier, plants for kids. This is a way to easily get kids into gardening. Kids love plants that have animals associated with them. And Peve starfish fits into that bill so easily. Kids will say, hey, how's that starfish tree doing? And it's easy to spot because of that nice cup foliage that looks just like the starfish.
I first saw this tree at the Maple Society trip to Holland back in 2011, I believe it was. And I just fell in love with it. I had to have it. It's such an interesting, unique habit. And we've been growing it for probably over 10 years now. And it's always a popular tree for us. It's always a tree that gets a real reaction in person too. It doesn't photograph as cool as it actually looks. It's one of those trees that the in-person view is just, it's hard to replicate. Like, it looks cool in photos and videos, but it looks so much more just majestic and interesting in person. Hey, we hope you enjoyed our video on Acer palmatum Peve starfish. Our friend Piet Vergelt, and that's what Tim was saying, that stands for, that Piet Vergelt means Peve. You'll see that a lot. People will say, what does that mean on the trees? There's so many cool plants from this plantsman. He has a whole line, and you'll see his signature on a lot of them there with that Peve. So we hope you enjoyed that video on Peve starfish, a really fun plant with a great leaf shape. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, but most importantly, share this. Share this channel with your gardening friends, share it in gardening groups about Japanese maples or about other types of plants for clubs and horticulture that you want to share your love of gardening with. We greatly appreciate you being part of this. We have a lot of cool videos lined up for you. Tim may have mentioned earlier, we put out the new plants every single Tuesday at 10. We're putting 10 new plants on MrMaple.com, often more, every single Tuesday at 10. That's always going to be the same. We've actually added something new for March, April, and possibly May right now. We're doing Fun Flower Fridays, so get ready for that. Every single Friday at 10, we add some cool flowering plants, so definitely check that out. If you're already signed up for our newsletters, you'll get all those notifications for all that as well. And you can sign up for our newsletters right there on MrMaple.com. We greatly appreciate your continued support. God bless and have a great day.
If you're still watching at this point, in the comment section below, comment your favorite red Japanese maple.